What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Tomatobito Boxing Show. And hey, the weights are in after a 4 or 5 week delay, which we saw due to the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. That weekend, pretty much all sports were brought to a halt, along with soccer events and boxing events and you name it. Not just sports, but pretty much concerts and everything was brought to an end during that weekend, succeeding the passing of the Queen. And one of the big fights that was affected that weekend happened to be the big showdown between Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall, the co-main event, which has also been building up a lot of hype and possibly has me a little bit more intrigued. And I'm not going to say possibly. I'm really, really intrigued and looking forward more to the co-main event than the main event, even though I'm very interested in Shields and Marshall because of the history between the two fighters and the way that the fight came about. The co-main event is one that just has my attention, and that's between Mikaela Mayer and Alycia Baumgardner. It's been building up so nice, and it's the dislike, borderline hatred between those two women is just, it's crazy, man. There's so much venom between the two. There's so much dislike, and it's just very intriguing to me because I can't call it as to who would win that fight. Nonetheless, this big delay that we experienced, 5 week delay, it's finally here. October 15th, both events, all four women made weight, and all titles on the line for Claressa Shields against Savannah Marshall. We got this fights for the undisputed middleweight title, basically. All titles on the line. Savannah Marshall is bringing the WBO, I believe, is the title that she's. And I'll double check here for you. Yep. So she's a WBO. So many titles that I get them mixed up. So Savannah Marshall stepping in as a WBO champ. Claressa Shields has every other title there is in that weight division. Savannah Marshall has a 12-0 record, as does Claressa Shields. Savannah Marshall has 10 victories. Of those 12 have come by way of knockouts. So 10 knockouts to her credit out of the 12-0 record. Claressa Shields is 12-0 with 2 knockouts. Now, the argument is, and you could make this clear argument, that when you look at their resumes, Claressa Shields has had a pretty much tough go. Every single fight is fighting one of the best or one of the near best at whatever division she's fighting in. Every single one of those names is recognizable in Claressa Shields' resume versus that of Savannah Marshall has taken a little bit of an easier route. Nonetheless, impressive. 10 knockouts and 12-0. Claressa Shields 12-0 with 2 knockouts. The power seems to lie on the end of Savannah Marshall, self-proclaimed. She said she was going to knock out Claressa Shields, that she had the power to stop Claressa Shields, and no one's been able to do that yet. No one's been able to stop Claressa Shields, not just defeat her, but no one's been able to stop her in her tracks and really have her reset and go to plan B or plan C. No one's been able to put Claressa Shields in danger. Now you got at least evident danger to where you're starting to think that Claressa Shields is going to be losing the fight. Claressa Shields has good power on her end, possesses good power, good speed. And I think the fight, I see Claressa Shields beating Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall is more of a roundy type punch. She does more of the roundabout hooks, utilizes more hooks to the outside of the face and the outside of the head, and power punches, haymakers and power punches. Not a lot of body work, whereas Claressa Shields tends to attack down the center. She's more of a sniper, attacks down the barrel. Most of her punches are lined up to the center of the face. And I think that inside attack from close range is going to be where Claressa Shields will capitalize and open up her spots to where she could throw the overhand punches, the overhand right that she's often known for throwing. So I favor Claressa Shields, not just because she has more titles, not just for anything. Listen, They have identical records, 12-0, both of them. I think the 10 knockouts to Savannah Marshall's record is hard to ignore and hard to pin the power against her. The power is definitely an advantage. The advantage that I see for Savannah Marshall stepping into the ring here tomorrow night. Whereas I see everything else as an advantage for Claressa Shields. Ring generalship, footwork, and boxing skill overall. The boxing knowledge that Claressa Shields has and the way she's able to switch up her attack. That's how I see Claressa Shields winning this down the center, creating openings to be able to land her power. I don't see Claressa Shields stopping Savannah Marshall, but I definitely don't see Claressa Shields losing either. I think this is going to go all 10 rounds, and I think Savannah Marshall might get opened up on that fight. We go to the co-main event, and the co-main event is the one that I was mentioning that is it's an intriguing matchup for me. Because of the buildup, because of the disdain that these two women have for one another. They've been going back and forth since Baumgardner stopped Terry Harper in her tracks and lifted the title from her. Mikaela Mayer stepping into the ring with her 2 titles. She's going to be stepping in with the IBF and the WBO super featherweight 130-pound titles, whereas Baumgardner's bringing the WBC 130-pound title, and she also won the IBO, which we've mentioned in prior episodes. Not one of the major sanctioning body titles, but nonetheless is a title that Terry Harper had. Very prominent, very, very popular title in Europe and in the UK. Anthony Joshua lost that title to Usyk and so forth. So you see that title changing hands often in the UK, or at least being carried by some of the big names out there in the UK and throughout Europe, where you have her bringing the IBO title. The IBO title is also going to be on the line, but Mikaela Mayer's been often arguing with Baumgardner that she doesn't really care about that title. The one that she wants is a WBC, trying to unify the 4 major sanctioning body titles. So she brings 2 titles with their IBF and WBO. Baumgardner brings the WBC and the IBO, the WBC, obviously the major of the 4 sanctioning bodies and the most popular of the 4 sanctioning body titles. Now, Baumgardner, when she stopped Terry Harper, she stopped her with power, stopped her in her tracks, and knocked her out on her feet to where the referee had to step in and stop the fight before Baumgardner continued to land her power, her punches. So the power advantage, again, is going to be going to Baumgardner. Easily, hands down, the power advantage is going to Baumgardner. The boxing ability, the more refined boxing is definitely going to lie on the favor and favor Mikaela Mayer. Also, the styles are very contrasting here. Mikaela Mayer likes to fight down to the height of her opponents, often making it a phone booth style fight, just like we saw her against Hamadouche. She likes to fight at close range and deliver her punches that way and deliver her attacks that way. Hamadouche could handle a lot of pain and was able to handle a lot of punches, whereas most other fighters wouldn't. Mikaela Mayer possesses power, but not the stopping power like Baumgardner. So we're going to give Mayer the advantage as far as boxing ability. I think footwork is pretty even here. Power definitely lies on the side of Baumgardner. And Mikaela Mayer, for me, if I don't know how to call this fight. I have it a 50-50 fight right now. I think if she makes it a close range fight to where she's able to attack Baumgardner, keep her at close range, and keep that overhand at close range, I think Mikaela Mayer will be favored in this fight to win a close range fight or to win a boxing fight where Mikaela Mayer is able to make it a boxing fight, utilize her footwork, and keep Baumgardner at bay, always mitigating and keeping an eye on that overhand right hand punch by Baumgardner. If she's able to keep that punch at bay and basically neutralize it, Mikaela Mayer should cruise to a decision victory and stop Baumgardner. Just outbox her, outskill, and outsmart her. If she makes it a close range fight, she has to be able to basically attack Baumgardner, punches to the body, punches to the head, and clinch in order to keep Baumgardner from landing that one big hit. She possesses a lot of power in that hand and possesses a lot of power in her left hand. Whenever the left hand is dangerous for Baumgardner at close range with an uppercut, whether it be uppercut to the body or uppercut to Mikaela Mayer. The right hand is the one that's the big haymaker for Baumgardner. So Mayer's going to have to move in and out, clinch, or stay outside the whole time. Keep moving to the right and away from their right hand so it doesn't land flush, and utilize her defense. That's the only way that I see Mikaela Mayer pulling this out. For Baumgardner, I don't think making it a boxing match against Mikaela Mayer is going to favor her, so she's going to have to dirty it up and land that power. And once she lands that power, she's going to gain the respect of Mikaela Mayer. I think Mayer gets busted up in this fight, and that's the keys to the fight. Mayer has to win by either one of those two plans, either making it an inside fight and being able to move in, move out, and clinch, disrupting the flow and the rhythm of Baumgardner, or staying outside the entire time and boxing from an outside range. Baumgardner just has to dirty it up and land that power, whether it be inside, close range, or with that haymaker. That haymaker is going to land, and when it does, it's going to shake up Mayer. Too many of those, and we may have a new champion, a unified champ at 130, and Mikaela Mayer may suffer a loss, her first loss of her career, and possibly a knockout loss if she gets caught with some of that Baumgardner power. 17-0 with 5 knockouts is how Mikaela Mayer is going to be stepping into the ring, whereas Baumgardner has a defeat. She was actually defeated before. She has a 12-1 record with 7 knockouts. Again, similar to what we mentioned between Shields and Savannah Marshall. The resume of Mikaela Mayer is a little bit more impressive than, actually a lot more impressive than Baumgardner's. But Baumgardner ended up taking Terry Harper, just stopping her in her tracks. And then she ended up having fighting Edith Matisse, who had a 17-11 record. So definitely not the absolute best, but more of a journeyman style fighter. Terry Harper's only loss to date is basically at the hands of Alycia Baumgardner. And you saw what Terry Harper just did here a couple weeks ago, where she ended up winning a title in a different division now. So 12-1, 7 knockouts for Baumgardner, whereas Mikaela Mayer stepping in with that perfect 17-0 record and 5 knockouts. Does Mikaela Mayer possess enough power to stop Baumgardner? I don't know. I don't think so. I think Baumgardner has the power to stop Mayer. I think Mikaela Mayer is going to need to outsmart and outskill Baumgardner. And she mentioned it at the conference, at the last press conference they had before the weigh-ins. Yesterday, she made it very clear. She's like, I'm going to outbox you. I'm going to outsmart her. And that's the key. That's the key for Mayer to win the fight. She's calling it exactly like that. I think the Tyson effect may kick in here, where if you get hit, once you get punched in the face, you easily resort to plan B or plan C. And if you don't have either of those, then plan A just goes out the window and you're done. And that's usually what everybody happened, right? During the press conferences with Mike Tyson back in the day, it was they were going to do this, they were going to do that to him. He's not known for this, he's not known for that. And he would just basically answer that everything is a beautiful plan until you get punched in the face, right? And that's how I see this. Baumgardner, when she hits Mayer, how's Mayer going to respond? She's known for taking a lot of damage. She's known for getting hit a lot. She exposes her face more than she should. I see her getting busted up. But I also see her lasting. If she's able to outlast and withstand the storm of Baumgardner, I think she will box herself to a victory and be a unified champ, and continue en route to her becoming an undisputed champ. If she can't handle the power, Baumgardner's going to shock the world once again and possibly win Knockout of the Year this year, or at least be en route to it. Very, very intriguing. And if you've seen the whole lead up to it, I mean, the way they talk to each other, they're pushing each other around. There was even a kick after the weigh-in, a kick on behalf of Mayer to Baumgardner. Baumgardner pushes Mayer. Mayer ends up kicking because she had her hands busy holding all her belts. And they just get in each other's faces during each face-off and press conference, and just the disdain between these two. So I'm very excited for this. I hope you guys are too. Tune in. Don't miss these fights. It's a big, all women led card, all women fights, on this card. And it couldn't be any better. I mean, Alycia Baumgardner and Mikaela Mayer could be a main event on their own, all on their own, and they could easily sell pay-per-views, let alone, serving as a co-main event to Shields Marshall. This is the perfect rival to Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, who had a co-main event of Franchon Cruz de Zern against Elin Cederus. That was big enough for women. This one seems to be even bigger, and it's looking like it's going to be even bigger than the one that I just mentioned between Serrano and Taylor. So I can't wait. I hope you guys tune in, and I want to hear from you guys. Don't forget to follow the Instagram page, the show's Instagram page, Toma Todito Boxing Show. Feel free to comment on there. You could see the posts, you could follow me on there, and you could converse with me. Make sure you guys comment, and I'm always checking that page, so I'll be getting right back at you as soon as you guys post a comment. If you guys are scoring the fight, let me know how you guys see it, and I'll see you guys on the recap episode. Thank you guys for all the love. Take care of yourselves. Salud.